Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And man, we are approaching the end of the year. Injustice 2 came out in May, so we've had a lot of time with this game, and I'll probably, once the year is over, I'll make like a retrospective of like the year or whatever, but Saturday is the 23rd. Just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you guys celebrate, just in case I don't get a chance to say it at the start of a video or anything like that. So I hope all you guys get, you know, the presents that you want, or you give out presents that you want. As you get older, you know, you find satisfaction in giving other people presents. Of course, it's always nice receiving, but it's also really good seeing people be happy because you were able to give them something that they wanted. And by the way, speaking of something that I like and that I didn't want to be taken away, in honor of the infinite armor being taken away from Hellboy in this newest patch, I wanted to make one last video with this, or I wanted to show it off one last time because I've already made like a Q&A with this video, but just because they took it away, I wanted to do it one more time because the infinite armor for Hellboy is gone now. So for you guys who never knew, he had this one ability where he holds his arms up and you're able to absorb, you know, attacks via armor, but if you meter burned it, it actually gave you infinite armor unless you do a forward 3 or back 3. Unless you do one of those, you get infinite armor for about maybe 15 seconds, somewhere around there, and it's gone now, which I think is fair because it was pretty ridiculous. But let's get on to the Q&A. All right, let's start off with a couple of general questions here. Actually, maybe just one. What's my favorite thing about Adam? A lot of people have asked me this because they find the character to be not that fun to play or not that good. So people were asking me what's the deal with you and Adam, because I've been covering him a lot more than many other characters. The only one that I did more videos on as far as like DLC was Hellboy because of the infinite armor. I found it to be a lot of fun. Plus Hellboy's just a fun character. You know, he's jumping around all over the place. Crazy fun character. Who would have thought that Hellboy was going to be one of the most fun characters that, you know, was going to be in the game? But Adam, in my opinion, he's so much fun to me because he's so unique. Like, he doesn't really play the same as many of the characters in the cast because you really want to use your trait as much as possible, which is something that I didn't do at the beginning. But then once I played the character more, you know, I started doing it often. Character trait pretty much guarantees you at least 10% chip if you run it down almost to the end of the time, even in mid-screen. And it also, you know, it's hard to block if you try to block it. All you got to do really is hold down, okay? So if some Adam shrinks in front of you, just hold down and you'll be able to block everything. But you're still going to do a lot of chip. And your opponent could always go in for a grab. The grab resets even if your opponent techs it, which is really good, because then you get free chip, free damage for nothing. Pretty much everything gets reset to normal. I do like his chemical vials, the green, the red, and the blue. The blue is really interesting when you meter burn it. It puts you in a capture state, so you're able to get another green vial out there, like a meter burn version that does a lot of damage over time, like Acidic Alien. Those setups right there could get you like easy 450 damage if you open your opponent up with like a low and you go into a trade in the corner. Easy, almost 500 damage, or it could get you around 20% damage just with chip, which is something that's ridiculous that only he has. I just find them to be really fun. Just the fact that he's able to go small, just visually, you know, his teleport is awesome. He has the ground pound. He has a lot of stuff that he could do with setups and the ground pound. If your opponent is respecting you from full screen, you know, you could call out the meter burn goop and then do a meter burn ground pound, and it actually will bounce him into the goop because it's unblockable. And you could teleport behind him, get a full combo from it. I don't know, man. I just really like Adam. He's probably the most fun that I've had with a DLC character. It helps that I think he's really good. It might not seem that way if you're playing versus a character that has really long-ranging normals. It might not seem like he's really good, But I think he definitely is. I think he's really, really good, especially in the corner. That's where he shines. That's where I told you guys, like, from the beginning. He's going to shine in the corner just because he has a lot of tools there. So that's why I like Adam. I just think he's very unique. He's really fun. Probably the most fun DLC character that I've had. Maybe Hellboy. I don't know. Hellboy and Adam were like 2 gems, like back to back too, which is awesome. I hope it carries over to Enchantress and TMNT. Alright, moving on here. Leo asks, will there be an Ultimate Edition of Injustice 2 where every DLC content is included on one disc? Because right now we have to redeem codes for your DLC characters, or you have to download them. Yes, for sure there will be an Ultimate Edition of Injustice 2, but the question is, will there be more DLC characters for Injustice 2? That's the real question, because yeah, Ultimate Editions come with every single NetherRealm game. There is an Ultimate Edition of, they might not be called Ultimate Editions, they might be like Complete Editions or whatever you want to call them, but MKXL, you know, was like the Ultimate Edition of MKX with all the DLC characters in one disc, in one package. Same thing happened with MK9, Injustice, you know, every NetherRealm game has had an Ultimate Edition. So yes, Injustice 2 will be no different. There will be an Ultimate Edition, but it depends on when they're going to release it, because if there's more DLC characters, of course, the DLC characters have to come out first before the Ultimate Edition could happen, because once that comes out, no more DLC characters after that, or no more extra content after that. Alright, moving on here. Jim, who is your favorite / best out of the Triborg characters? My favorite Triborg would probably have to be the Red Robot of Hype, because Sector just in general is it's hard to say now if he's still my favorite, because god damn, Aaron Black is so awesome. Man, how did it take them so long to make such a cool looking, like, brand new character like Aaron Black? It's just so awesome. But Sector is definitely up there with like Ermac, Noob Saibot as my favorite characters in the Mortal Kombat franchise. So the fact that he's so amazing, like, I think he's definitely the best Triborg variation, followed by Smoke, then Cyber Sub-Zero, then Cyrax at the end, unfortunately. But I think that out of all those Triborg variations, Sector is probably my favorite, just because I love the character. And the one that I'm the best with, probably Sector as well, just because Sector is so much better than the other Triborgs. Well, Smoke is like right there as well. I'm not gonna say Sector is like so much better than Smoke, because Smoke has incredible dirt with the Vortex, with the amazing mids, with the really good mobility, and the invincible wake up. You know, Smoke is right up there, but I would say Sector is my best and my favorite out of the Triborgs. Derby Panda asks, are you willing to just try any suggestions? Oh man, am I that much? Do I sound that much like a, you know, I'm not even gonna say a G-rated YouTube hashtag for little kids? No, I definitely will not try out anything as far as video ideas, because the reason why I do the Mirror Match Challenge and Random Character Select is because it is a challenge, but at the same time, it's not, you know, painful to me. Even in Injustice, when I, you know, play around and say that it's painful doing the Random Character Select, if I get Gorilla Grodd in a 2-2 set versus a really good Power Girl player, it's still like manageable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be playing level 1 no gear stats versus, you know, 4,000 defense Batman player online. No way will I ever do that. So as far as like video ideas, those are the only ones that I'm doing, because those are the ones that I have fun playing with, which is, you know, Random Character Select and Mirror Match Challenge that I started way back in MKX. So no, I definitely will not do any video ideas. Let's see. Raphael asks, will you be playing Soul Calibur 6 when it's released? Unfortunately not, Raphael, because I never got into the Soul Calibur franchise. I have no clue, you know, what the characters are or who the characters are. All I know is that they had some content, you know, console exclusive stuff back in the day when Spawn was in it, and like Yoda and Darth Vader. That's all I know about the game. I was never really into the 3D fighters. The only one that I got into was Tekken, because my friend had it on PS1, had Tekken 3 on PS1, and I really loved, you know, fell in love with the characters. So as far as like other 3D fighters, no, I never got into any of those, so I'm not gonna upload any Soul Calibur stuff. Ginger asks, how do you learn playstyles for different characters? Well, you could change a character's playstyle to suit your playstyle. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I could easily, and a lot of people could use Deadshot and use them in a more offensive way, make it more fun for yourself. But a lot of times, you know, characters always have their strengths in their playstyle. You know what I mean? Like Deadshot, of course, he's a zoning character, so he has that as a strength. But that doesn't mean you have to play him as just strictly a zoning character. Katana's a perfect example in Mortal Kombat because she's always been like a zoning character with the fans. You know, you want to keep your opponent away, as opposed to like Melina, who has, you know, a lot of offense that you could use. But then some players like playing Melina more defensive, and some people like using Katana more offensive. And you could do that with any character, but it's very important to identify what your character's playstyle is, what the strength of that character is. Like right now, I'm about to play Darkseid. On the surface, it looks like Darkseid's best strength is zoning, right? But that is wrong. Darkseid's best strength is actually mixing you up with his teleports, with his minions. That is his strength. But people could still play him in a zoning way. But you know, just to learn your character's like playstyle, just check out his moves list and see, you know, what they have. And whatever tools they have, you know, you could identify what kind of playstyle that character, you know, is going to be best used in. But just keep in mind, you could always change up the character's playstyle depending on, you know, what you like. Moving on now, Neo Spawn asks, what's your favorite DLC? What's your favorite DLC character in Injustice 2? My favorite DLC character would probably be... it's between Adam and Hellboy for sure. Like playstyle wise, is between those two characters. Gear wise, easily Sub-Zero, because you could create all the ninjas, all the UMK3 classic ninjas with Sub-Zero. So he's my favorite gear wise. Playstyle wise, it's kind of hard because Adam and Hellboy have been so amazing and so fun to play. It was Black Manta at first, but I really like had no desire to go back to Black Manta as fun as he was. That's why I forgot how to play that character. But I'm gonna have to say Hellboy. Hellboy brought me like the most enjoyment out of any character. Maybe it helped that I had this infinite armor crazy like ability to like mess around and troll with, but I just think I like seeing Hellboy on the screen. He's really fun. So he's my favorite DLC character. Rogue Resident. Let's see if we could finish off this list. Rogue Resident. Any tips on how or who to use against Darkseid? I would recommend Supergirl to use against Darkseid. She's really good. She could teleport, maybe on reaction to his Omega beams, and she could also punish his straight Omega beams because they have a lot of recovery. So Supergirl, I would recommend Supergirl versus pretty much any character. She's really good. Nuna asks, do you think that each of the 4 Ninja Turtles will have their own play style into the game and get their own gear? I don't think they're going to get their own gear. They're going to share gear, but I think each Ninja Turtle will have its own play style, and you're going to be able to, you know, use each individual turtle. And I really hope that's the case. So yes, I'm going to say each one will have their own individual play styles according to what the characters do, and they will not have their own gear. They will get like shared gear. Moving on here, Steve, what is your favorite type of music? Classic rock, like Queen, stuff like that. The Queen is my favorite. Just old school rock, stuff like that. I really don't like too much modern music, to be honest with you guys. Don't really listen to anything except for like classic rock music. But Queen is like my favorite. Actually, I do like, you know, mid 2000s rock music, or like current rock music, maybe montage music, because I came from playing like Call of Duty and making montages. So bands like Breaking Benjamin, Red, Chevelle, My Chemical Romance, stuff like that, like montage music, I really like, because, you know, I was into all that. I still am, you know, in some way I still am, because I still love that kind of music. Dominican Roberts asks, let's see, will I still upload Injustice 2 when Mortal Kombat 11 is out? I will upload Injustice 2 at the same rate that I upload Mortal Kombat X at the moment when Injustice 2 is the main game. That's pretty much like the answer to that. I will focus 100% on the main game for at least a couple months, and then here and there I'll go back to the game, same way that I do with MKX at the moment. Black Manta asks, when you play Injustice 2, what is your favorite thing to do? Like get legendary gear, multiverse, customize your characters. And this is the last question, by the way, so make sure you guys ask away in the comment section for the next time. My favorite thing to do in Injustice 2 is just, I guess, play with legendary gear for the first time, because I feel like legendary gear has really spiced up Injustice 2 for me. It's given me a reason to keep playing as much as I do, and legendary gear is like one of the reasons why I, still consistently play a lot, and that's why I'm grinding for so many legendary pieces of gear, because it's like a new toy. It's like opening up this can of new, I don't know, toys, and some of them suck and some of them are good. Most of them are not that good. Most of them are like average, but it's still something brand new that you could enjoy for the first time. Like first time playing with legendary gear is always my favorite, because it's, you're just experimenting what you could do with this new thing. So yeah, legendary gear has really been my favorite thing since they introduced it. Of course, playing versus people is always fun, right? But as far as like something that has made Injustice 2 more exciting for me, it's definitely been like legendary gear. So that is going to do that's going to be the end of today's Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, again, want to wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. Much love to you guys who continue to watch the videos. That's why I still make them every single day. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.